Hi guys, so today we're going to talk about compound sentences. And a lot of people said that you guys have not learned about this yet. If you haven't, it's just like we talked about in class today, that it's kind of like if you have a compound word, you take two separate small words and you put them together to make one big word. So same with compound sentences. You're going to take two smaller sentences and put them together by adding a conjunction and make one big sentence. Okay, so we're going to talk a lot more about subject and predicate too. And remember, the subject is who or what the sentence is about. And the predicate tells about the subject or what the subject is doing. So it's usually a verb. Well, that's usually how it usually talks about what it's doing. So that would be, we would be looking for a lot of the verb words like we talked about yesterday with our verbs. Okay, so at the very top, I'm hoping you can see where my mouse is. Up where it says compound subject. A compound subject is when you have two subjects with a single predicate. So this sentence says both Juanita and Martha like ice cream for snack. So the subjects are Juanita and Martha. There's two subjects. They're Juanita and Martha. And they both like would be the predicate, they like ice cream for a snack or for snack. So there's two people, two subjects, but they both like the same thing, so that's the predicate. That's a single predicate. And that is a compound subject sentence. So that would not be a compound sentence. I know that's a little bit confusing. It just has two subjects. Okay, so then the next sentence where it says compound predicate, it says Juanita ate ice cream and drank juice for snacks. So our subject is Juanita. That's who the sentence is about. The sentence is about Juanita, so she's our subject. There's only one of her, so there's only one subject. And then she ate ice cream and drank juice. So she's doing two things. So she ate ice cream and she drank juice. So those are two predicates, two things that she's doing. The subject is doing two things, so there's two predicates. Okay, then a compound sentence, which is what we're mostly going to be working with today, or that's the only thing we're going to have to decide between, really. And so the compound sentence is when you have two subjects and two predicates, and two sentences are basically put together to make one, like we talked about at the beginning. So Juanita prefers chocolate ice cream, but Martha likes vanilla ice cream better. So our first subject is Juanita, right? Because that's who the sentence is about at the beginning. And then our next subject is Martha, because that's who the sentence is about at the end. But there's two predicates. So Juanita prefers chocolate ice cream. So our predicate would be, our predicate for that part of the sentence is prefers, because that's what she's doing. Juanita, the subject, she prefers. That's what she's doing. So that's our predicate, chocolate ice cream. But Martha, so that's our second subject, is Martha, likes. So our subject likes, that's what our subject is doing, likes vanilla ice cream better. So our predicate is likes there. One way that you can tell if it is a compound subject is if you get rid of, if you were to cover up like but in that sentence and then read them as two separate sentences, it would make sense. So, and it would be a complete thought. So if I read, Juanita prefers chocolate ice cream, period. Okay, that makes sense on its own. Martha likes vanilla ice cream better, period. Okay, that also makes sense on its own and it's a complete thought. So that's probably a compound sentence. Okay, now look at this this blue sentence that says dancers wear special shoes and football players also wear special shoes. Okay, so look at that sentence and take a minute or two. You might have to pause me to decide if it is a compound sentence or not. So go ahead and pause me and decide if it's a compound sentence or not. So you should have decided that yes, it is a compound sentence because it has two subjects and two predicates. Compound sentences always have two subjects and two predicates. So Dancers wear special shoes and football players also wear special shoes. So our subjects are dancers and football players. And what are they doing? What's the predicate? They're wearing, so they wear would be the predicate, special shoes. And then the football players also wear special shoes. So they're wearing the shoes. That's what they're doing. That's the predicate is wear. And if I got rid of and read them as two separate sentences, they would make sense on their own because they're two independent clauses. They're two separate small sentences. So dancers wear special shoes, period. Yeah, that makes sense on its own. Football players also wear special shoes, period. Yeah, that also makes sense on its own. So it must be a compound sentence. Okay, so this is the first video you should have watched. I probably should have started out saying that, so hopefully there's no problems there. I'm going to continue to give you some examples and do this in a couple different videos for you again. And we're going to do page 6.4 together. So if you